We'll call the meeting to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening and welcome, everyone. Tom, click the roll call, please.
Mayor King.
Present.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Present.
Councilmember Pashusta.
Present.
Helly.
Present.
Postma.
Present.
Baker.
Yep.
Baskin. Fisher.
Present.
We have a quorum, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 1 is a motion for the adoption of the agenda.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2 is approving our minutes from our June 3rd, 2024 meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 3, no way. Item number 3 can't be true. Recognition and awards. Kim Lenz, she can't be leaving. Tell me it's all of Bruce McKeegan.
I wish it were so. I'm gonna try to get through this without choking up like I started to at the at the SCORE event. Eric asked me what are we honoring or Kim for tonight, and it's her years of service, 17 and a half about with the city of Austin. Matt's taken a promotion. We've known Matt forever too. He's trained us for years, worked for Mayo and Gold Cross alongside us for a long time. Again, Kim was an officer. She's been a sergeant, been on the CERT team. Just both accomplished so much. We've been so fortunate to know them. I think when you look in the back there and see how many people have turned out tonight to support them, I think it's phenomenal. But Kim's one of those people that when we lose her, and it'll be in the 25th, I think, is Kim's last day, it will be like losing 2 or 3 people. She's just so competent in her job. I trust her completely. I know all the other supervisors and patrolmen do. She's also one of those people that brings positive energy to the department. Even when she's upset with something or upset with me, it sometimes comes off as being a compliment. or at least, I leave it actually feeling good, even though I can tell she's upset. And like I said, those personalities are super rare. That being said, we understand the phenomenal opportunity afforded to her and the family. I had an opportunity to connect with Red Wings Police Chief at our VSET meeting last month. I know he's thrilled to have her. I did yell at him a little bit about stealing her. But again, they feel like they won the lottery, and they absolutely should. And so again, 17 years with the city, someone who has given the city more than we've given her. So we're certainly rooting for Matt, Kim, the whole family as they begin their next journey over in the city of Red Wing. So thank you, Kim, for all your service.
And Kim, if you're welcome to say anything you might want to say if you want. No pressure.
To get Jim to come here?
Kim and I were hired and sworn in at the same time.
Oh, nice.
I hope that's her.
I just want to thank everyone that showed up. And if you would have asked me if I would have ever left, I would have said, no, I thought I would start and end my career, but
It's Matt's fault.
we're doing what's best. And I just appreciate everyone, and I appreciate all my coworkers. And I might be leaving, but I'll be back to stop in.
Thank you, Kim. And thank you all the officers for showing up in support too. It's always great. We hate to lose anybody, but Kim is extra special, as Chief McKeegan said. I've known her for about the same 17 and a half years, and I've seen the work she does and the energy she does bring and the positivity. So You will miss Kim, but I might even see you with my family over Red Wing sometime in passing. So good luck to you and Matt. Matt, congratulations on your promotion. And Kim, good luck in Red Wing PD. Thank you for all the work to Austin. All right, moving on, because we have to. Item number 4 is a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Under public hearing, we have item number 5 is a resolution for New Tech MIF Minnesota deed grant extension request. Craig?
Thank you, Mayor, members. New Tech has asked for an extension, which deed can grant. They want council to take action and approve a resolution for extension. They haven't quite met the job creation requirements that they were required to do. They have a plan to accomplish that over the next year. And otherwise, we need council action to approve the resolution included as Exhibit 3, and this is a public hearing.
Thank you, Craig. Council, anything for Craig on this? Anybody from the public wish to speak on it? If not, looking for resolution for item number 5.
So moved.
Second. Tom?
Councilmember Pashusta,
Aye.
Helly,
Aye.
Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
You bet.
Fisher,
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number, petitions and requests. Item number 6 is a motion approving authorization to sign state grant amendment to airport fuel system upgrade. Stephen?
In your backup material is a memo that details the original grant agreement for final design of the fuel system and an amendment to include the construction administration, the construction contractor bid, and then also some admin fees for a new revised grant amount of $913,486.10. Of that, the MnDOT grant will cover 70% and the city will cover 30%. So our city total of that $900,000 project is about $275,000. So with that, we'd request council approve this grant amendment for the airport fueling system.
Thank you, Stephen. Council, any questions on this item? If not, looking for a motion.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item number 7 is a motion calling for public hearing for the amendment of tax increment financing, district number 16, YMCA redevelopment from the Stenzel Development. Is there any questions council has on this?
Yeah, I just had one. I think, Craig, you're going to kick it off to Tom. Why did we, in the financials, in the revised calculation, in the original calculation, we used 4% as a discount rate, and in the revised, we use 4% as a discount rate. Why isn't the discount rate going up? I don't have to have an answer, but I'm just to vote, but I'm curious more than anything else.
They weren't 4% in both of them?
They were.
They were. I think the goal of the discussion with Stenzel's group is there's a dollar amount needed. If not received, then the TIF plan doesn't work. So when we calculate the increment that's going to be available with the capital costs they're going to input, you can use the interest rate of, I think 4% is what we used, in order to maximize all those tax increments. So even though he's got $3.4 million of eligible costs, he's actually going to get, as long as the payments are made, he's actually going to get close to $5.8 million in payments back. So when Baker Tilly is doing the pro formas and the actual TIF plan, they look at how much increment is he going to be paying, which we know from the assessor's office at the current rates is going to be 5.8. We know that 3.3 million or 3.4 million is the principal he's going to be putting in the eligible TIF costs. So over the remaining 24, 23 years, that 4% rate will equal the total increments he's getting, total increments he's eligible to get. Now, for a TIF plan, you can only, when you amend the TIF plan or create a TIF plan, if you estimate the increments like in phase 1 are only going to be $4 million, that's all you can rebate back to a developer. So in this plan, we wanted to make sure that if the valuation goes up, times our tax rate, that if he's getting all those increments in, he's eligible to get his full 3.4 principal plus 4% interest going forward, which is the exact same deal we gave him on the first one. So I think, Craig, when you're working with Mr. Stenzel, the goal was let's treat them the same exact way on this one as we did phase one. Now again, if the valuation of his property doesn't go up like we've anticipated, he may only pay $5 million of tax increments, which means that's all he's going to get. It's a pay-as-you-go basis, so he's only getting paid back what he would actually be putting into the program. So again, 4%, long answer, 4% rate is the same rate we use in phase one because the goal was to treat him the same in phase one as we're going to do in phase two. That was his request.
Over the 24-month change period, do you think that the 20-year discount rate has meaningfully moved from 4% to something else?
I would say from when we started X years ago, it's probably moved a little bit. Like as the Fed has noted this year, we're only going to potentially have one interest rate reduction from when they started the year at 3 or 4. So I think that range is still unknown factor at this point in time. I think the latest jobs report came in way above what everybody else thought. Oh, all of a sudden, no, we're not reducing the Fed funds rate anymore. I actually think based on current rates, he probably could get closer to 4.5%, 5%. But if he's only paying $5.8 million in increments, he can't get more than $5.8 million back, no matter what the interest rate is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Tom. This motion will set up a public hearing for our next meeting on July 15th. Looking for a motion for item number 7.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8 is a resolution approving a change order number 4 for the wastewater treatment project. Stephen.
Yes, before you tonight is a request for approval of this change order. Following our work session that we had a couple weeks ago, there have been a few changes to this. For your information, Work Change Directive 56 has been eliminated, and Work Change Directive 65 have been eliminated or removed from this change order. They will likely come back in change order number 5 in the future. But for now, that reduces our number of work change directives on this change order to 9, and it decreases the amount of the change order to the current amount of $753,838. That's the total amount. Those costs are split between our domestic budget and our industrial budget. So those are some changes, as well as on page 2, at the very top of page 2, the table that is shown there. I've modified that table to account for some of Councilmember Baskin's requests to show where we're at based on the current project. And you can see with this being our 4th change order, we're currently, our cost increases to the domestic budget have been 2.58%. Our cost increase to the industrial budget is 1.17%. And our overall project cost increase with these 4 change orders is 1.84%. So with that, unless there are any questions, I would request council approve change order number 4.
Thank you, Stephen. Council, any questions?
I had a chance to go see the wastewater treatment project. Stephen was nice enough to give me an hour of his time on Friday. 3 things. One, I think his in-person explanation of what needs to happen on these, this change order is absolutely correct. I think we should approve it. Second, I'd encourage you to go out there if you get a chance. I know he probably doesn't want to spend a lot more time. I know Stephen doesn't want to spend any more time with me, so I won't go, but I would encourage you to go out there. It is a fascinating trip, mostly because of the complexities involved, that I think we, as council members, as citizens, don't understand. It is fascinating, and it is a monstrous project. I still, I think to me the real challenge that's in front of us outside of the scope of this change order is how do we make sure we're running this plant, this $100 million brand new plant, or mostly new plant, with the minimal amount of incremental headcount that we can get away with. I know people don't like to hear it, but it's we have to have eyes wide open discussions about where are we going to add staff, and we got to do that in that plant right now, and I think we got to think that one through. But again, I'd encourage you to go out there. It is fascinating. And it is, you know, one of those silent heroes of the city. It just does, it's amazing what happens out there and how little we have to think about it.
Thank you. Looking for resolution for item number.
So moved.
Second. Tom.
Councilmember Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
You bet.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 9, reviewing a natural gas prepay ordinance with Minnesota Municipal Gas Agency. Looking for a motion for item number A, preparing the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9B is an adoption of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Tom.
Councilmember Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
You bet.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Ordinance passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. 9C is resolution for the summary publication of the ordinance.
So moved.
Second.
Thomas.
Councilmember Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 10 is a resolution approving a comprehensive plan and downtown master plan memorandum of agreement. Holly.
Mayor and council, there's more detail in the memo, but the initial recommendation to update our comprehensive plan came through efforts by Impact Austin. At the same time, Mauer County was proposing to update their comprehensive plan. The city and county allocated funds last year to update our respective plans, and Impact Austin, City of Austin, and Mauer County staff collaborated on a proposed RFP to engage a consultant to lead the joint project. In order to address a wider range of issues and some specific items such as food city concept, Impact Austin applied for and received a grant from the Hormel Foundation, as well as contributions from Hormel Foods and Mayo. The selection committee reviewed 6 proposals. The selection committee was consisted of 8 individuals representing the 3 collaborating organizations overall. The committee chose 3 to interview. Ultimately, they made the recommendation to choose SEH. All of the proposals were very well done. SEH stood out because of their partnership and experience in the community, as well as discussions on public engagement and implementation strategies during the interview. The team has experience across the U.S. and brings a diverse selection of experts in their partnership with Velocity. Attached to your memo is a memorandum of agreement. Because the project has multiple sources of funding, including City, County, Mayo, Hormel Foods, and Hormel Foundation. We had discussions with the various organizations, our City and County Finance and Administration, and this memorandum of agreement was developed to address how the project would be invoiced and paid between the various entities. We're requesting that the council approve the MOA, which is again attached. And then there's an agreement for professional services, which SEH will be entering into with Austin Community Charitable Fund. The Austin Community Charitable Fund will receive funds from all sources throughout the project to cover the cost per the agreement. The council doesn't have to act on the professional services agreement, but it does list the scope and deliverables that SEH is required to complete the project. We do have 2 representatives here from SEH, Bria Grace and Bob Kors, who we'll be working with throughout the project. So, and also our partners, Nick Novotny is here from Impact Austin, and Bal Sheedy from Mauer County.
Excellent. Thank you, Holly. This is truly a comprehensive plan and going to be an impactful one just based on the amount of buy-in from public and private. You know, this is as far as the financial buy-in from Hormel Foods and Mayo Clinic and Hormel Foundation, as well as City, County, Impact Austin. I certainly have full confidence in SEH and Velocity Group to get this across the finish line in a very meaningful way. Just that kind of buy-in is unprecedented in my time. So
Yeah, we can do a lot more with our collaboration than we could have as individual entities,
Right.
for sure.
yeah, excellent. Council, any questions on number 10? Or does anybody wish to speak that's here in the audience on it? No? Council?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Postma,
Aye.
Baker,
Yep.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0.
Thank you. Item number 11.
Your Honor, our consultants had a brief presentation to just kind of give you an idea of how we'll move forward,
Sure,
unless you don't want to do that.
I'm
that's
good
fine.
with it.
Okay.
Yeah. If I get more Bob Coors time, that's always good.
That's right.
Any chance I get.
There we go. First of all, just want to thank everybody for having us here today and for selecting our team to lead the comprehensive plans for the City of Austin and Mower County. So thank you for that. I'm going to turn it over to Bria Grace, who is going to be our project manager. We are going to have a project manager on the city side as well as the county side, but Bria will be the overall project manager for the project, and we're going to give just a brief presentation about the comprehensive plans and a little bit about the schedule coming up.
Excellent. Thank you, Bob. Bria, welcome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your time. I think that it'd be important just to inform you on what our approach is, kind of what to expect moving forward. So myself, I've been a community planner for 25 years. 15 of those years have been working for municipalities as a planning and development director. So I've looked at property maintenance, worked for zoning, economic development, plans, funding, all those things. And we have a great team that we're bringing into this project. I'm really excited to introduce you to them. So because we have two plans running simultaneously, I'm the overarching project manager. We'll have a project manager, Mark Moore, who will be the lead for the city, and Nate Day will be the lead for the county. And both of them have decades of years of experience. So they're going to help lead our discussions. And then the talents and experience that we're bringing in with Dan Hansman and a number of sub-consultants that he's bringing in. It's exciting. As you mentioned, the power of collaboration is fantastic. Multiple funding partners, there's opportunities to organize or collaborate the organizations. Efficiencies with plan delivery, we'll be able to accomplish more. Kind of running parallel with community visioning, that will be an advantage. And then also coordinating implementation strategies between the city and county, how to expend resources when resources are always tight. So jumping back a minute, why are we doing comprehensive plans? We do them for those 4 reasons up there. The actionable implementation plan is my opinion so important. It helps to align those resources, identify what priorities are coming out of it. And through the process, we're going to engage the public a lot. It's not very often you get to step back away from normal city business and just reach out to the public and start having a visioning process with them. What do you think of Austin? Where should we be in 20 years? And it's fascinating the feedback that you get from a wide array, from kids in school versus elderly versus folks in their working careers. And what that does is it starts to redefine that vision for Austin. Where are we now? Where are we from our county? And that input then goes into a document that will be a guide for you as decision makers. So when you have hard decisions that come before you, it's valuable to go back to the comprehensive plan and hear what the community said. Not just the people that are standing up saying no to something, but just as a whole, where's the guidance that the community has? There'll be a lot of data within the plan. That's something that it's kind of exciting. We have some neat data sources coming in, lots of visualizations, and it provides information for developers, for business owners, for decision makers at the city, and for funding agencies too. When you want a grant, they say, how does your comprehensive plan support the project you're trying to fund? And then preserving community character. As a community develops, you want to maintain that sense of place that you have. You want that to grow and flourish. So that's why we comprehensive plan. What's unique here is that there'll be 2 separate plans at the end, 2 separate deliverables. But as this was the chart that was in the request for proposals. So we have 3 columns. The core column are things that there's a parallel, there's a synthesis between what's happening in the city and what's happening in the county. So having our technical experts look at those, there's efficiencies there. You know, here's the data, now how do we extrapolate it out to the city and county? And then there are certain issues that are going to be distinct for the county versus the city. A downtown plan, for example, versus farmland preservation, we'll say, in the county. And so those specialists that we're bringing in, they're going to touch on a number of things. All of those are listed in the chart here. So downtown neighborhood planning. So how do we infill, right, to meet the character and meet the housing demands that we're seeing in our community? Place-based economic analysis. How do we grow tourism? And what's interesting about Austin and Mower County is the food city concepts that you have going on. Is that's really what brings us together through all of the icons up there, through access and equity, production, distribution, branding and storytelling. And so that's something that is a theme that's going to be coming up throughout the comprehensive plan. And it's a way to bring people together. So we will focus distinctly on the city. We will look at the existing comprehensive plan you have. We'll update those recommendations. We'll update the goals that were up here from the previous plan, kind of build on those and see what's been accomplished since the last plan and what needs to happen next and how to prioritize that. We'll have a distinct downtown plan. We'll look at data analysis on the assessed valuations, look at infrastructure, look at placemaking. That's such a key part of downtown, making it feel alive, and looking at organizational support for implementation. There'll be a heavy focus at the beginning on community engagement. These are kind of our philosophies for community engagement, just growing partners, identifying champions, building support, meeting people where they are, and celebrating who they are. So looking at the schedule, we recognize that there's 3 distinct phases to our process. The first phase is discover and excite. So we're doing data collection, we're getting out with the community, starting to share the purpose of it, starting to get their feedback and their vision. And then we move into more of a plan and review phase where we're doing that technical analysis, starting to write recommendations and implementation strategies, bouncing those ideas off of the steering committees and those the technical experts in your community on those topic-specific things. And then refine and adopt once we get to more of that draft plan. So that's what I wanted to share. We'll have a kickoff meeting with kind of staff, pull everyone together. We'll get together our project steering committee, and we'll wind up having an overarching steering committee and then one for the county, one for the city, so that we can dive into some really specific topics to each. So I guess as a departing ask, I would ask you to think about what are the right stakeholders to have on these committees. So we're looking for about 12 people, folks that are kind of can see the different aspects of community life and help us prioritize and identify what needs to happen and what is that vision of Austin and how to get there. So that's my takeaway. Any questions or?
Bria, when do you anticipate the kickoff meeting? Is there a?
We are meeting next Thursday. We don't have a kickoff meeting for the steering committee yet, but our staff group, so to speak, is meeting next Thursday.
Excellent. Thank you. Exciting project. Council, any questions for Bria? Look forward to working with you. Thank you.
Us too.
All right. Moving on to item number 11 is a resolution expanding Hootenoli's liquor license to the patio area. Bree.
Mayor and council members, so I have received information from Hootenoli's, and they've completed all the necessary paperwork to expand their liquor license to their outdoor fence patio area. So the clerk's office is just requesting that you authorize the approval of their expansion.
Thank you, Craig. You have something?
Yeah, I just want to add thanks for Brianne Wolf and Attorney Byram for the flexibility of this property. The building actually sits on less than 50% of the property. It's also in the right-of-way and the floodplain, so a little bit of flexibility, and that the entrance is actually in our city right-of-way on the building. So as it intersects with liquor law, sometimes it doesn't line up well, but I think we have a flexible solution here that accomplishes and keeps Hootenoli's moving forward.
That's great. Good to hear. Thank you, Bree. Council, any questions on number 11?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Tom?
Councilmember Pashusta.
Aye.
Kelly.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
You bet.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you, Tom. Item number 12 is a resolution accepting these donations in the city of Austin. We have a gift of $9,266.76 from the Austin Area Foundation for the Warleen Park cleanup, $1,000 from Belita Schindler to the Bike Club, and $10,000 from CMAC for exploring belonging through Theater, Culture, and Arts Commission. We appreciate those folks' financial gift and looking for a resolution accepting them.
So moved. Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thanks, Tom. Item number 13 is a resolution declaring the structure at 1008 7th Avenue Northeast as hazardous.
So moved.
Second.
Tom?
Councilmember Pashusta.
Aye.
Helly.
Aye.
Postma.
Aye.
Baker.
Yep.
Fisher.
Aye.
Councilmember at Large Austin.
Aye.
Resolution passes 6-0, Your Honor.
Thank you. Item number 14 is a couple of motions granting the Planning and Zoning Department the power to contract for the removal of junk and/or illegally stored vehicles in the following locations. 14A, address is 503 8th Avenue Southeast, the Wakefield property. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. 14B, address 506 11th Avenue Southwest, the Wendroth property.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Moving on to citizens addressing the council. Is anyone in the audience wishing to speak to council of items that were on the agenda? Seeing none. Honorary council member comments. Isaac, how was your day down there, bud? Good. This is the second time of 6 you'll be with us, so again, thank you for joining us as the honorary council member. Reports and recommendations. Craig?
I have nothing, but Mr. Lang has an item.
Stephen?
I just wanted to follow up on Mr. Councilmember Baker's comments there. Last time we toured as a group was late July or early August of 2023, so last summer. I was planning kind of a 1 year, every year, taking you out there around that same time. If you would like more frequent tours, let me know. If you want individual tours, let me know. But I was planning another group tour again, late July, early August.
Excellent. Thank you. I look forward to that. Council, Joyce?
I have nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
You bet. Paul?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Jeff?
Yes, we did have a library board meeting last week. Some of the highlights of that, the programming highlight, they're having a skateboard art class coming June 21st through a grant in partnership with Discover Austin. With the recent New York Times article, Not Your Childhood Library, the board is thinking about the idea of a social worker being present in our library. The library provided hotspots are up to a 6 to 8 week waiting list now that Austin Aspires devices have been deactivated. While library provided services are bringing the need for Wi-Fi access, there is a greater need for digital equity in our community. The library's Sunday hours offering in the spring did not yield expected results with room rentals and foot traffic compared to staff time utilized. The board is recommending no Sunday hours in the fall so that staff time can be put to better use. That's all I have for that.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks.
Thank you. Jeff?
Just a little advice to the comprehensive plan folks. Act with urgency. We're damn near a crisis on the number of buildings that are empty on Main Street. We have a need for big ideas. Please do this in such a way that this thing doesn't sit on a shelf somewhere. You know, I mean, that's, I just can't tell you how important that is. And that's, I mean, there's a lot of people are throwing a lot of money at this because there's high expectations. Good luck. So,
Mike?
A couple of things from the HRA. The HRA Riverland Partnership House is for sale. It's the brand new house that the Riverland construction class and team have built over the last year. It's at market rate, so it's available for anybody to purchase. I think it's listed for $350,000. So hopefully, and it has 5 bedrooms. So hopefully we'll get a nice house for a family in town. And then from the Discover Austin folks, we had the Horseshoe Tour in Austin this weekend. We were excited to host them. This is the first of a 2-year contract to have them in town. It's a national thing that they came to Austin for. And then right now, actually starting tomorrow, is the Discover Austin AJGA Hormel Foods Tournament. We have high schoolers and youth from over 18 states, about as far away as Hawaii, and multiple countries, including as far away as China and India, here in Austin competing in our tournament. So we're excited to have them, and hope they have a good week.
Excellent. Thank you. A lot going on in Austin. Laura?
I just wanted to acknowledge and say thank you to all the employees and elected officials who've been working on the employee engagement events with the Socorro Group. It's a big time commitment. It's a lot of hours that people are taking away from their other duties, and I haven't been able to make all of them, but the ones that I've been at, I felt were very helpful and good use of time. So I want to acknowledge that I appreciate people taking their time and engaging with these things. I think it's something that's going to pay off for the city in the long term. I also need to say thank you to very many departments and people that supported 4th Avenue Fest a couple weeks ago. The weather was about as rough as we've seen it for that kind of event. It was windy and threatening to rain, but we still had hundreds of people of all ages out enjoying Horace Austin Park. So I know the parks team, including the pool, did a ton of work to get us ready. The library had some great programming. The fire department brought out their ladder truck. And then Holly Wallace and Tia in the engineering department also put in a lot of hours. So, and Lauren Bakken as well. So thank you to everybody who did that. Thanks to all the public who came out and our many, many funding partners for that event as well.
Thank you, Laura. I just want to report that Craig and I had the opportunity to be part of a celebratory press conference at Riverland this afternoon for our, we're going to be the fiscal host, Austin is, for the water and wastewater certification program and training sponsored by the Southeast League of Minnesota cities, municipalities, and it's going. We're very fortunate to have that. I mean, wastewater is on our mind. It's on all of the state's minds, particularly southern Minnesota. A lot of new plants going in, we need the operators to run it. So at last count, they projected 260 people will be going through that certification program and learning and being able to operate well, whether it's water or wastewater operations. So City of Austin for 3 years will be the fiscal host for that. And I thank Tom ahead of time for that work with the audit and the count and everything else that might be required from that state legislative money. So great day in Austin. With that, looking for a motion to adjourn to our Monday, July 1 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, we are adjourned. Take a 5-minute break till our work session.